Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. I'm going to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rahakadash, which in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, correct names are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, sister, brothers, labor is true. And shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Woo, hey, this about to be a big one, Yashar. It's about to be a big one. We're going to walk it down slow. This might be a long lesson. I'm going to try to cover a lot of ground with this one. And I was watching a lesson by my Ak Jeremiah Gabar. So that's what's going to inspire this. Because I was watching this lesson and it came up in my spirit. I felt real blessed to be a man of the Lord and have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of our power. That made me feel real blessed. Because he did a lesson on, there's an Edomite chick, and she goes by the name Just Pearly Things on YouTube. She got real big using a man type of platform, the manosphere, as you say, red pill community. And not only did she invade the red pill community, the manosphere, there's a lot of women doing that. She went over into the Jake territory to make her platform even bigger. You know, bash down Eve and talk that stuff that a worldly Israelite man wants to hear to build her platform up. Now, why she's such a big topic, as my Ak Jeremiah covered, she's blowing up on the YouTube. She's the talk because she exposed herself. She got real big. She started feeling herself, and she invited an Edomite man onto her show. The Edomite man on her show was, he showed his colors. He's one of those Edomite, racist dudes to talk down on Jake. And she was agreeing with dude. She did all this champion for the Jake man. And then she brought the Edomite man on there, and he got talking bad about Jake. She was all with it. She exposed herself. So now all the Jake red pill men that had her on their show, they're all running damage control. And they all feeling like fools. They all looking stupid. And, like my Ak Jeremiah put in this lesson, my Ak Kadar, Bayan, we all talked about it. Because she got real famous. She got real YouTube famous. She almost tried to get to that Kevin Samuel status. And now all these dudes, you see this Jake right here. That's her right there. You see, just Pearly Things, show her crying because she done messed herself up. And all these dudes are now like running damage control on their channels trying, talk about, I can't believe she did that and I got did like this. I'm like, fool, you should have knew that from the gate. She's an Edomite woman. I don't know, like, that's a notice, man. That's what this lesson gonna be about. The men of the Lord have value. These worldly men, they don't. I don't give a damn how much money they got. They don't have value. And the reason why they don't have value is because they don't have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shah. And they don't have their ID. Because if they had their ID and they knew what was going on, they wouldn't have let the Edomite invade their platforms and, make a fool of them. This dude, she tried to downgrade us, give him a little messed up contract, downgrade his pockets. He helped make her famous. This dude on the left, I don't know if he a Jake or a Hamite, but he made her big. Jake made her big. When you really want to think about it, Jake men made her big, made her famous, made her rich. And then she revealed herself. Now she's trying to run damage control. Like, I really meant this, really meant that, but like, now, heifer, you're done. Which, man, Lord, we already knew that. We standing back. I was watching, like, I was waiting on how long it would take for him to wake up to this heifer, because I felt she wasn't sincere from the gate, man. Like, you see other red pill chicks talk, some coming, the spirit, and then some is like, she just trying to be famous. And I knew she was just trying to be famous, and it showed. And then it backfired. She started filling herself with pride. Because look, she was on this panel, right? The screen to the right. She was on this panel, right, Yasharala? And on the panel, what tripped me out, let me make it big. On this panel, She was this Eve right here. This Eve right here that got her saying they set me up. This Eve. She knew what this Edomite chick was about. She was going at her. She was getting at her because I'll be watching this panel every now and then. You know, I check on the Red Pill community every now and then. But I can't get nothing from them because all them dudes is low level. Like the truth is so far superior to anything they kicking. It's like they still bumping their head against the wall. So on this panel, Eve was getting at her because Eve had felt like, man, this heifer, who are you to talk bad about my community? And, you know, Eve getting at, but Eve didn't have the intellect to really get at her though, because she's easy work. It's just our women, man, they got ways to go, man. Like I say, 2/3 period got ways to go. So she didn't really know how to articulate herself. She knew how to make her points. Cause I could have easily lopped that Edomite woman's head off, man. Easily. She's easy work. So she couldn't articulate herself. And you know, the Edomite woman was just using wisdom, making Eve look like a fool. And all the Israelite men were backing up the Edomite, which I looked at that like, these niggas ain't nothing. You know? Dude at the top right, you know, and these men that in the world would say they got value. Dude in the top right is a high time millionaire. He's trying to buy an NBA team, you know. So all these are so-called men of high value. These men got money, they got big platforms, but really they're nothing. And it showed that how this Edomite woman just ran through them and played them because they was bigging her up. Now they looking like idiots because they was backing this Edomite woman up, and then she made them all look like fools because she exposed herself. So now Eve is talking noise to all these manosphere red pill dudes. Like, black men lack vision, they lack knowledge, and that's why they can't lead us. All Eve talking big noise. Since the truth done came out. That's why these dudes, they probably taking a knock on their platforms because that's what you get for backing up an Edomite woman, man. That shows these dudes are all idiots. I give a damn if you got $200 million in the bank. You still a fool. Why is he a fool? Because he don't even know what his nationality is. These men think they're black. These men think it's all about getting the dollar. When the dollar about to crash, dollar is crashing as we speak. And they don't have any value. These are not high value men. The real high value men are men of the Lord. And why are we high value? Because we have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And what comes with that is your ID. The fact that you know you're a Hebrew Israelite. Once you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, you'll know that this chick over here is a Hebrew Edomite. And she's our enemy. So I will never champion no Edomite woman ever. Heifer, you the reason why my women in my nation are destroyed. You taught them feminism. See, that would be on my, I'll never bring an Edomite on my platform, big her up, you know, over the Israelite woman, because I don't give a damn. In Eve's lowest state, she's higher than the Edomite woman. She's better than any Edomite woman could ever think of, because the Edomite woman has not went through the things that the Israelite woman has and still be here. So therefore, she cannot, I would not stand for no Edomite woman to talk bad about the women of my nation. That's not gonna fly with me. I don't give a damn if it is true. Like, and plus you just can't do that. Like, you the one, Jesus being a hoe, trying to be like you. Edomite women are the biggest hoes in the world. They're the most, they're of the base men. The Edomite woman is the lowest woman in the whole world. Point blank, period. She defiles everything. Then you got to think to yourself, who gave birth to the devil? That Edomite woman did. So that would never fly. But they flew with these old stupid ignorant niggas, you know? And I bet they ain't messing with these dudes no more, man. Them dudes, man, that was, when I seen that, I was just like, man, these dudes are stupid. And they was all, just pearly things is good. The Edomite woman, like, they worship the Edomite woman, the 2/3 man does. Just like the 2/3 Eve worships the Edomite man. The 2/3 are dumb. So they don't have no value. Yahushua doesn't give a damn about some paper money. That's not value to him. And then when Jacob's trouble hit, they're gonna realize when that dollar crash, these men on this planet, they're gonna realize they don't have value. Your value comes from your wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahushua, because that's what gives you real value. This knowledge gives you value. And I remember it was a question. Let's get to the scriptures on this. And it's gonna be a long one, y'all, Sharala, because But I was bubbling up in the spirit on this one. Because I'm so glad Yahushua exposed her. And I'm looking at all these dumb Jakes that, they running damage control, MTR, because he dang like an Edomite to me, man. He's so stupid. They all running damage control. I didn't know it. I can't believe she did that. Like, fool. Had you knew this truth, you'd have known she was going to do that. Like, it was easy to see, she's a serpent. She's the devil. She used y'all to get famous, got big, and then, like, Eve was trying to give it up to y'all, trying to expose it. And they just champion because they so hurt. A lot of us been dealing with, wicked Eves all our lives, mothers, aunts, women in our lives. But see, I can't do it 2/3, though. I can never champion no Edomite woman. I just can't do it. I hate Edomites. So let's go to Job 28:12. And it says, but where shall wisdom be found, and where's the place of understanding? And you know what that is? We can answer that question now. Where can wisdom be found? And where's the place of understanding? Guess where it's at? Woo, hey. To Eve's, the wicked 2/3 Eve's displeasure. Guess where it's at? With the men of the Lord. That's where wisdom and understanding is at. Because it starts with Yahweh. He gave it to Yahushua, and the Yahushua gave it to his men. That's where the understanding is at. It's with the men. That's what gives us value. That's why we're valuable. It might not seem like that to the world. They looking at us, you paycheck to paycheck. You don't own nothing. You a broke nigga. So we don't have value according to the world. But according to Yahweh Shai, oh, we got value. Big time value, man. Lord looking like, oh, man, you know of me? Oh, you know you a Hebrew Israelite? Oh, you know to keep your laws? Okay. That right there, that's mine right there. I'm about to protect that, man. I got plans for him. I'm about to bless that man. Why is he blessed? Because he knows who I am, and he knows who my son is. He know our names. He know his nationality. He know who his enemies is. Hey, he talking about me and my son. So that's what gives us value, Akim, is our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's what's going to make us, like precious gold. And that's what's going to make us shine as this country be destroyed. Because we're going to be of a stable mind. See, them dudes on that panel, man, they all going to start crying like little girls when they lose them $200 million. When their $40 million go to zero. Because that's where all their value was at. They was in their value, what they call it, black excellence. They values in what they are to the system. The system about to go bye-bye. So once that system go bye-bye, there goes their value that they thought they had, which is an illusion. Our value is only going to increase because what we're working with, these scriptures, is going to become the reality. So we're going to step into our value while theirs is going to be taken away. And it's a beautiful thing. So check it out. Let's go to Proverbs 4:7. That's why you got to feel blessed, Akim, that we here. We got to feel real blessed. So the Proverbs 4:7, check it out. This reads, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So that's why we were given life, to do what? Get wisdom. And when you get wisdom, you get understanding. And then don't just stop like, okay, I got a little breakdowns, I got enough, and then stop. No, continue. Continue to get more wisdom, continue to get more knowledge, man, because you can't get enough of this, man. You cannot get enough of what Yahweh is pouring out through his spirit. You're going to always continually to grow. And we're going to continue to do that until Yahweh Shai gets here. Yahweh Shai gets here. Best thing we do is keep growing, keep stacking up, keep building up. Because the principal thing is wisdom. That's what gives us value. We have wisdom. Worldly 2/3 man don't. He don't know he a Hebrew Israelite. He don't know the other nations are his enemy. These dudes, I'll be looking at these dudes, man. It's like they was born yesterday. And it's like a big separation from a hopefully elect man to a 2/3 man. It's a big separation. It's like that gap is widening more and more. So I'm looking at these dudes, they in their 30s and 40s, and they over here just, I can't believe why they do. It's like they still in that 1960 civil rights movement. Like, when it's gonna get through your head to realize that Esau Edom is not your friend and never will be? It's 2023. And like that one dude was showing, let's go back to it. Cause he said he was talking to that chick about colonialism, right there, that dude. And she acted ignorant to the fact. She didn't want to represent that. I'm like, of course she didn't want to represent that. That's how they got their wealth. Esau don't want to talk about how he done stole from Jake. But why would he? So I don't know why Jake like want Esau. It's like they want Esau to do right. The devil's not gonna do right, man. They're incapable of doing that. So you sitting up here wishing for this devil to say sorry and give you reparations to do right, man. You might as well hold your breath. You know? Because it's not gonna happen. This wisdom and understanding was given us for us to know what's going on and to use it as a defense. Don't tie yourself in with Esau like that. They're your enemy. This devil gonna always look to steal something from you and stab you in the back. This truth was given to us to watch for Esau. Watch him like a hawk. Don't turn your back on him. Don't give him nothing. Hey, don't give this devil no room to breathe. See, that's what this wisdom and knowledge and understanding does for you. It gives you the knowledge of who the devil is, man. We know the devil ain't no red man with a pitchfork and horns on the ground burning people forever. No, man. The devil's a so-called white man. And we watch him closely. We watch that Edomite woman closely. And we don't get them the opportunity to get over on us. Because if it's given, they'll do it. Because they're our enemy. And see, having that type of knowledge, man, can mean life or death. And it's going to be that when, the society collapses. You can't run to no Edomite institution thinking they going to clothe and save you and all of that. Man, they about to off your butt, man. Because the Edomite really, truly, deep down inside wants to eliminate you. You do too good. You're better. We're superior to Edomites. And then with this wisdom and understanding, the men of the Lord are superior to your regular 2/3 Israelite man in the world. Those levels to this thing. And then that, like I said, that knowledge, that's the separator. The 2/3 don't know who his enemies is. The hopeful elect man, the men of the Lord, we know who our enemies are. That's big time knowledge, man. To know who your enemies are. Because if you don't know who your enemy is, you be sitting right there talking to your enemy, telling them all kind of little stuff about you, where you at, where your family at, and then he gonna get on the little walkie-talkie and they're gonna, run you down right there. And you went right into the slaughter easily. Why? Because you lack knowledge. You lacked it. The 2/3 lack knowledge, man. That's what's gonna separate a man of the Lord and a 2/3 man. Is that knowledge, man. That's why really, when I talk to an Israelite woman, hey, the best thing she can have is an Israelite man. I mean, Salaki, not an Israelite man, a hopefully elect man of the Lord Israelite man. Because he has value. And if he's a part of the hopefully elect and Yahushua loves him, he will get that hedge of protection. And if he loves you, that hedge of protection be extended to you as well. That's why those men are gonna, that Isaiah 4:1 gonna kick in. Based on that. Because then, like, the man of the Lord's glory is going to be seen once Yahushua gives us that crown of life. Lord willing, we're part of that group. Because these 2/3 men, they're finished, man. They're done. Let me go to this, too, to prove my point. And bear with me, Yahushua, because this might be a long one. I was cooking up in the spirit on this. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You peep that. 2/3 Israelite men don't have knowledge, man. Not the spiritual knowledge. They got worldly conventional knowledge, which is not going to do you no good when, society collapses. It's not gonna do you no good to get the favor of Yahweh Shah. You need spiritual knowledge. That's the scripture talking about. They lack spiritual knowledge because that has rejected knowledge. Man, a lot of we can go tell a 200. I can go tell a dude that got $200 million the truth, and guess what? Most likely he gonna reject it because he's like, man, you little broke nigga. I ain't listening to you. I'm better than you. I got $200 million. What you got? Oh, you only worth a couple hundred. You ain't nothing. Well, I'm gonna listen to you because he's not gonna see the spiritual significance of what I'm teaching him. He just want material gain. So your average Israelite man rejects knowledge because they only look at dollars and cents. They don't look at it from the spiritual aspect of it. They just like, nigga, that ain't gonna give me no bag. And if they only gonna teach like plantation Christianity in a prosperity type of form to get a bag. That's the only way they'll, which that ain't the truth. But that's the only way they'll flex a form of Christianity. But as far as the truth, nah. Ain't no carnal man gonna want no parts of that. Because to make big money, you gotta be universal and deal with everybody. Us men of the Lord, we only deal with Yasher Allah. We don't give a damn about them heathen nations. So therefore, they're gonna look at us like you limiting yourself, your earning power. And they don't understand we're not trying to get our earning power and get money in this world. We're trying to get our earning power with Yahweh Shah. We trying to get right with the Lord. We gives a damn about this world. This world about to go. See, that's 2/3 don't understand. And when you talk like that, you a spook a 2/3 man. I did it multiple times. Like them dudes is really weak. These women, if they really only knew, that gangster nigga gonna cry when Jacob's trouble boils down too. The dude they thought was strong, thought was tough and mighty, he gonna cry when Jacob's trouble hit. Cause he really ain't got it like that. He just a nigga full of curses that like to, do harm to other Jakes. And see, women are, they are attracted to power. So in this based out worldly, world, a 2/3 nigga Jake that done knocked off about 6 Jakes and got a big bag, they'll look at him as he got value. And they'll see a man of the Lord, all lowly, ain't got no bag of money like that. He just getting by. They'll look at him like he ain't worth shit. But that's about to flip. Little do they know. That's why a lot of these E's is about to get trodden down in the street, because they chose wrong, because they don't know. Like Scripture say, they lack knowledge. They lack knowledge on where a value of a man is at. The Lord gonna show himself. He gonna show himself through his men. And they were like, oh, that man that I said was whack and racist and corny, that's a real man. Then they're gonna try to flock over. The Lord be like, no, you keep your butt over there. Go get your Pookie and your Ray Ray. And hey, she just gonna get messed up. Cause hey, she didn't know. She lacked knowledge. So like I said, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. 2/3 nigga can't be no priest to Yahweh Shah. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy Yahweh, I will also forget thy children. So a lot of children ain't gonna make it because their father didn't get in this truth. A lot of Eve's children ain't gonna make it because their mother did get in this truth. Because he said, you forgotten thy law, which goes into the words of this book. They cast it behind them, man. A lot of people going to witchcraft, Islam, Hotep Kemetic, Spirit Universe is one type of stuff. Like a lot, and then like everybody's heard this truth. Everybody know about the Hebrew Israelites. They heard it. So now it comes down to, did you take it seriously and get in and get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is coming from the men of the Lord? Or did you cast it behind you, say, oh, them dudes is racist, they crazy. Man, I'm about to go back to sweet baby Jesus, good talk. It's gonna come down to that. And if you go the latter, back into the world and that sweet baby Jesus stuff, you're gonna be destroyed. Because you don't have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Therefore, you have no value to the Lord. And a lot of women are misled by worldly men because they got all the riches of the world. But they gonna get a rude awakening, man. And for us, Akia, man, I say just hang on, man. I know we ain't balling out of control. like these 2/3, these basketball players and these Hollywood actors. We ain't got the accolades and the fame of them, but it doesn't matter. You know why? Because that's about to go bye-bye. And what we in is about to get magnified. So in due time, well, we got to practice patience, Akim. We gonna get it, man. If we stay in this truth and continue our course, we gonna get it. We gonna get that glory. We gonna be the new superstars in the world, man. Like the scriptures say. Like the scriptures say, which I'm about to go get that. Let's go get that. Let's go to Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. You peep that? Did it say I'll make a woman more precious than fine gold? No. The woman lacks wisdom. She got to get it from a man. She wasn't built like that. He said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And the golden wedge of Ophir was a city that was just overabundantly with gold. That's where King Solomon got his gold from to build. He had a bay full of solid gold. King Solomon's kingdom was just, man, it was gold, almost like what that song go, gold all in my chain, gold everything. And he got it from Ophir, a city full of gold. And what did he say? He said a man more precious than fine gold. Man, we're going to be bigger than that, Akim, what the Lord is saying he's going to do for us. And like the little bit I can sense through the spirit, that's going to be true. Man, when we get that spiritual power, Akim, oh, man, hey, people about to bow down. These heathens go bow down to our feet and give praise to Yahweh Shah when this power manifests itself. This thing is about to be big. When you in this truth sincerely and the Lord opens you up to the vision that he wants to do, man, you just see how big it is. You like, man, the stuff we about to get, man, the world, man, forget the stuff in the world, man. That stuff don't mean nothing. That's low level, man, compared to what we about to get. And see, that right there will motivate you to continue in this faith and in this truth, because you're going to want that. And you're going to continue to get it. And these women got the Spirit of the Lord in them. They'll seek out, men of the Lord, because they want a piece of that too. They'll see it like, these men right here, man. I see the new rulership. When you watch Great Millstone, starting the apostles, elders on down, the brothers teach the truth, you see the new rulers. You see the new government. That's why it's no excuse for not being in this truth, man. You got brothers make lessons all day long. All day long, all in different cities, different parts of the country. So there's no excuse not to know this truth, man. There's no excuse not to have wisdom, not to understand it, because it's going out daily on the internet. All you got to do is pay attention, keep eating on it. And then eventually, if the Spirit of the Lord is in you, will understand and you will get it. And it's here. That's it. And see, I could talk that talk, how them dudes got, swayed by that devil, because the same thing, we're going to do a quick testimony real quick. The same thing happened to our camp, except because the men of the Lord got the spiritual antennas, we sniffed it out. It didn't take him to, do something stupid to really get itself exposed. Like, we seen it through the spirit. And what I'm talking about, let me get some preference for the new people. Because check it out, Yasharala. We had a devil try to infiltrate our camp. Same thing that Edomite woman just did to, the Red Pill community. Right here. You see right there? We had a devil try to infiltrate our camp. And he knew the word. He knew the word, because like I said earlier, all you got to do is pay attention to all the lessons that's going out. And that's what he was doing. He found his way up. And he was watching lessons every day. And so he knew the truth. He knew the gospel. That's why we gave him an opportunity, because we're not by the flesh, We know there are Israelites that look like other heathen nations. So I'm not going to judge you by the color of your skin. You know, because I say it all the time. Like, we got Northern Tribe brothers and sisters, you know, the so-called Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and, you know, um, the Native Americans. So I'm not going to just say this is a black only thing because that's a lie. So we gave dude the opportunity to come in because he did know the gospel. They said he know the gospel better than a lot of the two-third Jakes out here. Jakes don't even know the gospel, but he knew it real well. So we gave him an opportunity, right, Yasharala? He's out there with us. He got a little limit to run. And this is why the men of the Lord are better than men of the world. The men of the world didn't sniff old girl out. She exposed her own self. The men of the Lord, we sniffed out dude right here through the Spirit of the Lord. And I'm gonna do a quick testimony to show you how that happened and when his first downfall came before we had to give dude the devil the walking papers. Like, get out of here, man. You a devil. So check it out. One day we was out there on the highway and hedges like we usually do. We letting the word out. You know, we letting the word out. We lighting up Esau. It's one of them type of lessons. Now, there's like 3 museums on Black Wall Street that showed you what Black Wall Street used to be. Show you how the devil blew this thing up, how many businesses we had. Very good places, man. Like, I went into one. I like that one. It's another one. I still ain't checked that one out. And it's another one. I think it's 3 of them on Black Wall Street. And they'll show you all the businesses we had. Man, very, very good. So it was a Jake man. Just cause it's people, man. It's like a tourist spot. We started to get people all over the world come to Black Wall Street and, you know, check it out. So I think it was a Jake, man, probably about 30s or 40s. He was coming out that museum. He was coming out one of the museums, you know. I think he just got out of prison, or probably he seemed like a hood Jake. I'm gonna say you're a hood Jake. So he coming about the museum and he's hot. You know, like all of Jake's be. You know, when I say Jake, that's short for Jacob, talking about Israel. So he's hot because he done seen what these devils done took from us, you know, blew our economy up. So he heard the word. We out there with the word. He comes in and he's talking. You know, me and Jake vibing, man. He said something very big spiritually because it's a baseball field downtown. And he was like, hey, man, that baseball field, I think that's a mass grave site. And when he said that, it was big to me because I said the same thing. So me and Jake vibing, you know, he talking, I'm talking. And then this devil, I don't know what it was with him, man. Every time a Jake pop up, he want to run up in Jake's face and get to talking to Jake. And he don't understand, like, a worldly Jake gonna look at you as a devil because you look like a devil. So if he had wisdom, if I was him, I'd have just like fell back and let the, you know, the Jakes that look like Jakes deal with it. And I'm gonna just fall back in my place. But he always, it's like he did what that Edomite woman did. He was trying to like overtake the camp or like run up, be the front runner or something. I don't know what that devil's trying to do. And so he running up to Jake, by me and Jake talking, and he just interrupting and over talking. And Jake didn't want to talk to him, man, because Jake is mad. Jake looking at him like, man, you funky devil, you know. And then we was talking about the baseball field, but a man's gravesite, and he did something. He exposed himself, Yasharala. So as we're talking, and Jake talking about the baseball field being a man's gravesite, he does deflection and pisses Jake off. He says, why are you worried about a baseball field? All of America's a grave site. Which, yeah, that is true. But you don't never deflect when Jake is talking about they hurt. Especially like a Jake that don't know he's a Hebrew Israelite. He don't know the truth yet. You got to meet Jake where they at, man. And I was doing that. If he'd just shut up, quit interrupting, and let me and Jake vibe like we was doing, because we was getting somewhere. So he interrupted and said that and pissed that Jake off. Because Jake don't like that. And that's what something that Esau always does. And that's what they just pearly things women did. They always want to deflect Jake's hurt, like, oh man, that slavery wasn't nothing. Quit crying over that. That was nothing. Or don't worry about that, man. Pull yourself up, worry about the future. You know, that's something Jake don't like, man. Don't ever deflect when Jake is talking about the atrocities and afflictions they've been done to us as a nation. That's a cardinal sin in our community, you know, and that pissed that Jake off. And then I was key to that too, what he did. You know, it didn't catch me off guard. You know, I'm looking like, hey, that's not a Jake thing, man. Jakes, we don't deflect the affliction that's been done to us as a people. We don't do that. Only coons and Sambos do that. You know, if they are, Jake can do that, but we don't do that. You know, the ones of us in this truth. And because that's how we used to reach Jake. So when he did that, that was the beginning of him being exposed. And after that, it was just downhill from him because he kept just doing little stuff. And man, my spiritual tennis went up when he did that. You know, so we got rid of dude, man. Right here, you can see here, we got rid of dude. You know, he an Edomite. You know, I give it to him. You got close because he just imitates, man. He just want to be a Jake, which you know all Edomites want to be a Jake. Really, you know they always imitate us, and so he got exposed. So I've been in that same situation, but said the men of the Lord are far superior than the men of the world. The men of the world never figured that chick out. It took for her to expose herself and tell them who she was, for they got it. Then when they got it, they was all butt hurt. I can't believe she did it. I can't believe she said that. I thought she was on our side. Like, you dang fool. She an Edomite. Like I was saying in this lesson. We seen that coming, man. She an Edomite, man. Like, Jake gotta wise up. But see, the 2/3 are not gonna wise up because they can't. They're stuck here at the base level, and they can't figure nothing out. The Spirit is not dwelling with them. Men of the world don't have the Spirit of the Lord with them. Only the men of the Lord got the Spirit of the Lord in us. And what I want to get to prove that, let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 2:14. And it reads, but the natural man, now I'm going to start at 13 to give it, because it's going to be big. This 1 Corinthians 2:13, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, woo, that's what I'm talking about, but which the Holy Ghost, or Ruach teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. So this is a spiritual temple with spiritual things, man. You got to spiritual discerning. You got to, get your mind up to think highly on stuff, not at the base level, but on the high level. Here go 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. So a 2/3 carnal, natural man, the trip to say he can't get this truth. He can't get it because the Spirit of the Lord is not in him to activate that. You got to have the Ruach or the Holy Ghost in you to activate the Spirit. That's why the men of the Lord that have it, is easy for us to lock in. Easy. Because the Spirit of the Lord is in us. And it's easy. We always dwell and talk about spiritual things. That's all I like to talk about now. Like, if somebody keep talking to me about carnal base level things, well, I'm quit dealing with them because I don't like to be on that low level conversation. I like to talk about spiritual things. Let's talk about the kingdom of heaven. Let's talk about spiritual power. Let's talk about how Yahweh is hosting this whole thing and bringing in prophecy. That's things I like to talk about. I don't like to talk about a little low level gossip. Oh, I heard Whoop Whoop did this. I don't like to talk about little, just low level stuff. That's not the majority of my conversation. And then like me, what I've done, I have wrapped myself in the heavens, which goes into the men that have this wisdom and understanding. I'm talking to my Ak Jeremiah. I'm talking to my Ak Bayan, my Ak Kadar. There's older men I talk to that, they're not in the truth, but they do talk, about truth things. They're trying to get in the truth. And, my talk is always usually spiritual based. Something about the truth. That's why it's easy for me to stay in the spirit because that's what I talk. I stay in the spirit. That's what I talk about. I don't give a dang about worldly stuff. It irks and vexes me. I feel like we should be talking about nothing but spiritual things. This truth should be the number one topic about us as a nation. We should always be talking about us as a nation. What Esau done did, the prophecy Yahweh bringing in, that should be always the topic of our conversation. How we can be better Israelites. That should be it. That's what we should be talking about because that makes you better as you talk about it. And it keeps you in the spirit. So a carnal man can't do that. It's foolish to him. Like, nigga, I want to talk about nigga getting money, nigga. Hitting niggas over the head, nigga pimping hoes, Those things don't interest me. Neither do I want to talk about them. Hey, and call halal Yahweh Shah 144 on the clock the right way, baby. So hey, this thing is spiritual. And where I want to go on my next one. Oh yeah. How the men of the Lord, that's Yahweh dealing with the men of the Lord first before the women. So order. You know, I can prove that. That's why when you see men teaching, man, the Most High said, I suffer a woman not to teach. And I see why, because really she doesn't have the wisdom to teach. The wisdom comes from men. Because Yahweh said in Ezekiel 34 and 31, and yea, my flock of my pasture are men. And I am your Yahweh, said the Lord Yahweh. Men. That's why men have value. You got a lot of these worldly women always trashing men, saying how men ain't got no value. They ain't this, they ain't that. And that applies to the 2/3. When she said it to the 2/3, she ain't lying. But when it comes to a hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, she is lying. You know why? Because we do have value. You just don't see the value because you're blind. Like the scripture we read earlier, they're spiritually discerned. It's going to take an Israelite woman who has the Spirit of the Lord in her to see the value of the man of the Lord. She'll see it. Because a lot of these women are flocking to the truth and, Spirit of the Lord, and they like, man, I want me a man of the Lord. Which in due time, if they're part of the Hopeful Elect, they will get them one. And it's like the men of the Lord are so rare that they're gonna share and not care about sharing. That's why Isaiah 4 and 1 gonna kick in. That's how big this thing is gonna be. That's how much value we're gonna have, Akil. And it's based on what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shah. Like that Psalms 91, man. We got the names. We got the gospel. We correctly divide this word of truth, man. That's valuable to women who want to build a relationship to God. That's valuable to them because that man will lead them on that path because he has a relationship with God. And that's what the value, and that's really how the order's supposed to be, man. Because really all of us Israelite men should be men of the Lord. Running our households with the righteousness of Yahweh Shah. And then it goes to the women and the children on down. That's how it's supposed to be. But the Lord got to purge it out. We got too many 2/3, man. Too many Sambos, too many coons. And they're carnal, man. They're like, we've always had this issue. They was mumbling when Moses leading them out of Egypt. I want to go back to Egypt. I'm going to make a golden calf and worship that golden calf. I'm going to go make a covenant with the heathen round about us because I live better. I like the Greeks. I like the Romans. We've always had that in the nation, man. Now the Lord is going to purge them out. Let them feel that hot fire because they hold us back, man. They do. Oh, they was all, I don't want Yahweh Shah. Give us Barabbas. I have no king but Caesar. I don't like Yahweh Shah. When he said that hurt my feelings. Oh, weak 2/3 dudes, man. Them dudes is weak, man. That's what I said. The Lord about to purge them out. Start off with the men of the Lord, the men he got, and then we're going to raise more men. The Lord is about to he about to raise up a standard for real, new standard. There's going to be righteous, shamefaced daughters of Israel, and there's going to be mighty men of Israel coming back. Because his knowledge is going to be on their inward parts. They're going to come out knowing they're a Hebrew Israelite. Ain't going to be no, I'm a black man. Esau not going to rule nothing in the kingdom. And it's going to be built on the backs of the men of the Lord, because that's that real marriage right there. When Yahweh gets his men back, the 144,000, hey, it's on the cracking then. That power going to get raised up. Because that's really the real riches, man. That crown of life, like us seeking a relationship with Yahweh Shah, that's the true riches, man. And let's go to Ezekiel 28 on that. Check it out. This is Ezekiel 28 and 4. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding that has gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. So this knowledge that we got and this understanding is compared to gold and silver. And it is, because it's what we're gonna like use to buy our way into the kingdom of heaven. Because with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it's like what we use in this currency, and with our works, we're building in wealth with Yahweh Shah. He's gonna accept that. Like, oh yeah, this brother got wisdom, knowledge, understanding of me. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you fit Psalms 91. Yeah, put a crown on that man's head. You know, that's what Yahweh gonna tell Yahweh Shah to do. And he gonna do it. When he crown the 144,000, because that's the new governing body right there. And then you got 1/3, hopefully like men that's gonna be up under there too. They gonna be at a high level too, because the 144,000, we gonna get them that counsel. We gonna get them that power, that run. Because you better do what they say do. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems with me. So that right there is how this order is gonna be established. Israelite men are gonna run everything. We're gonna rule the world again. You know, through the power of Yahweh Shah. We're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. Because Yahweh Shah is gonna set them crowns on our head. And that right there is true value. It don't get no bigger than that, man. Forget a bag of some paper, man. What is that? When you got a crown of life that gives you spiritual and power type of energy, man. When you get the dominion to run the whole world, woo, it don't get no better than that. And that's what gives the men of the Lord value, because we're going to be rulers. That's why he's grooming us now, man. We're getting groomed to be righteous judges. And we like working our skills now. So when we get, the run, when he gets here, we'll be able to establish it. It's like we're doing practice right now. That's why I said you rehearse the righteous acts. We're in practice mode. When Yahushua gets here, we're going to really implement what we've been learning. Because he's going to give us the dominion to do that. By doing what? Destroying Esau. Esau going to be out the way. Don't worry about Esau no more. Esau going to be light work. Don't want to go to some. Let's go to Revelation chapter 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. You hear that? So 12,000 each tribe of Israel, which you can read on down and see them. I just want to pull that up because those are all men. Starting with the men first. That's why the men have value. And see, our women in the world don't look at us like that. They don't see us as men of the Lord. They don't see us as about to do something great. They don't see that, man. They only see what this devil is put before their eyes, man. They looking at like LeBron James and the Jay-Z's and the rich man in this society as the great men. So they're blinded because those men are going to be debased because they don't mean nothing to Yahweh Shah. They done sold out to the devil. All those men I named them sold out to the devil. Because that's really the only truly way you can get a big bag in Esau society is you got to sell out through him. Most likely to get that bag like they got, that $1 billion bag, yeah, you got to go check through Esau. And so them men ain't approved of Yahweh Shah. If anything, they done did the works of Esau. They works are not good. And Jay-Z's works are starting to bubble up and come out. He getting people knocked off. All his dirty deeds, his dirt is starting to come out. And it only matter time for old dudes' deeds come out too. They got to do rituals. They got to do all kind of abominable acts to get in that position, man. To get that big bag. And see, women in the world, everybody wants them because they're called successful in this society. When the men of the Lord who really got the wisdom and understanding, they're looked at down upon, like because we lowly, man. We on the ground right now. We at the bottom of society, and all we got is wisdom and understanding, which is big because that's everything. That's everything. It's just we got to be patient for it to fulfill itself, which is going to fulfill itself when the society breaks. So I might leave off with that. Yeah, news in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. And see, this is going to back up what I just said right there. It's Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is setting great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. So you got to ponder on that. It said the rich sit in a low place. How can you be rich and sit in a low place? Nobody rich in Esau's kingdom is sitting in a low place. So this is talking about the hopeful elect. The men that got the real riches, which is the wisdom, not the understanding, and the knowledge of Yahweh. When you got that, you're going to sit in a low place in Esau's kingdom. They don't want righteousness at the top, pushing out a righteous vibration. Esau don't want that. Nah, he ain't going to give you nothing. You're going to work a 9-to-5 job, just getting by, and he ain't going to elevate you no position of power, and you're going to sit in a low place. And we got to just ride it out in that low place. But folly, which goes into foolishness, is setting great dignity. And that's true. Look at all these rappers, man. Them was fools, man. You look at the Kodak Black, a Lil Uzi Vert, man, that's folly, man. And you got a lot of 230 E. Oh, I love Kodak Black. He's so fine and he's the best. And it's because he on TV with a big bag. But that nigga I think that nigga literally is retarded. Like, really is, like, got some type of issue. Esau put him on the stage and just made Eve go after that. You look at Lil Uzi Vert, man, that dude is totally filmed out. Totally filmed out. But you got Eve. Shit. You better not say nothing about Lil Uzi Vert around a worldly Eve. Oh, you hate him. He got the back. He cold. I like Lil Uzi Vert. All kind of foolishness is setting great dignity in this kingdom, man. You got D-Wade, letting the son lop his rod off, and the Eve champion that because they champion all kind of Momo stuff. Man, it's just foolishness. Straight up. And Eve is with it. Because why? It's a bag behind it. It's a bag of money with it. So to her, that's value. Eve values the dollar. That's why, hey, Lord, I'm going to do another lesson. It's a lot of Eves cracking up, crying, losing it. Why? Because the value of the dollar about to go. And it look like they sanity about to go with it. They're like, that's why you shouldn't have been in love with money. You should have loved the spiritual things. Should have had you a man of the Lord. Now you about to lose it. So I think that'd be my next one I hit up. But I just wanted to show like the men of the Lord got value. So feel blessed, Akim. As I watch, matter of fact, let's go highlight that. Let's go highlight my Ak, because this will spark this lesson I did. Because I woke up, ate me some breakfast. Where my Ak at? There you go. And my Ak Jeremiah Gabar, man, y'all subscribe to that brother. He did a lesson right here. She's an Edomite, plain and simple. And I watched that, and it really built me up in the spirit, man. Because I felt blessed, man. Because I'm like, I was in the world at once upon a time, man. I could have been, because I used to think it was all about getting the bag and selling drugs. And I'm like, what if I would have stayed at that level? I'd have been just as dumb as them niggas on the panel that the Edomite chick just played. She played a lot of Jakes, man. They got platforms, man. It's like she leapfrogged them and used them. Now they over there explaining to they congregation, they followers. Hey, man, I didn't know she was going to do that. And, man, these chicks, man, we got to do this. Like, you an idiot, man. Now that little red pill knowledge, all that Alpha Romeo knowledge, man, you looking stupid right now to your people, man. Edomite woman made a fool of you. And she's been doing that. And you fell for it in 2023. So how dumb are you? You know what I'm saying? All them young dudes quit listening to red pill dudes. Man, them dudes is dumb. I only watch them to laugh at their ass. Because they follow to me too, man. Some of them would be, they characters. And I just like, if I'm at work and I need a good laugh, I watch a red pill dude. I used to watch Kevin Samuels, not for him, but I used to watch him for Eve to make a fool of herself. Because he'll get like the most dumbest Eves on there. And because they had a vendetta against Kevin Samuels. So they try to use their little stupid logic, trying to, confound him. And he just, man, they was easy work, man. It's like, Eve, the best thing to do is just shut up. Shut up. Shut up and go read a book. Best thing Eve can do right now. Really, read the Bible. Read the Bible, watch some lessons, and then you'll do better. But trying, man, even her statement. I used to watch Kevin Samuels, and that's why everybody's trying to do that red pill. They're trying to get like Kevin Samuels level. And that's why he blew up, because them chicks go in there and make fool of themselves, man. I'm talking about 30, 40-year-old Eves, just dumb as a bag of rocks. Like, did she just say that to the whole world? Wow. you know? So I watched that lesson by my aunt, and I felt blessed, man, because I started out with that. You just watch a couple red pill dudes when I got me a smartphone, but I done progressed since then. I done realized them dudes really ain't got knowledge. All that red pill stuff is nothing. Real knowledge is the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. When you get to that, then you own to something. Because then somebody like, Edomite can't run through you no more, because you now aware of that they're Edomites. And you're aware of their nature. You look at your history, how they done did your people, how they still gonna do you, and then you ain't gonna fall for it. Meanwhile, these fools done fell for the same okie doke this devil done did about 200-300 times. That's why I'm looking at Jake like, God damn, are you ever gonna get it? And it looks like no. 2/3 is gonna have to just burn up with the fire, starve to death, or Esau is gonna blow their noodle out. Whichever judgment they get, but that's how they gonna have to go, because they, like the scripture we read, man, fools despise knowledge. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And they can't say the blood ain't on our hands. Me and my Aki, we doing hundreds and hundreds of lessons. We out there week in and week out. We trying to tell Jake, you are a Hebrew Israelite. Quit following after Esau. We tell it that. They, nigga, no, you racist. They white folk good to me. I'm like, all right. You gonna find out how good they are. Wait till that dollar crash. Then you gonna know how good Esau is. Cause I already know what Esau gonna do to you. They in their secret council right now trying to figure out the best way to eliminate Jakes. Is what they're doing at this very moment, Yashrala. They're coming with plans. And man, Esau diabolical with the stuff he got coming too. That's why we need the Lord to protect us. Cause this devil got bioengineered weapons, high frequency weapons. He got like high tech stuff like, I ain't just thinking about the conventional, shoot a gun. This devil could turn a signal on that, like, hurt your ears, and he just go in, just put the little cuffs on you like that while you on the ground hollering in pain. They got frequencies they can do like that. This devil got diabolical stuff. They got super soldiers, robot dogs that to come with. Like, Esau about to show he the devil. Esau like, okay, I can't play nice with Jake no more. I'm going to show Jake what to do. I'm going to do him. Like I said, these Jakes about to know what it feels like, what our ancestors went through in like the 1700s. We about to see that again. That's a DJ. They over crying about just pearly things betraying them. What you gonna do when Esau out here with his military? What you think 2/3 Jake's gonna do? Why? I was a good nigga. I paid my taxes. Esau ain't gonna give a damn. He gonna say, open your mouth and blow that noodle out. And as a hopeful elect man, when I see that, I ain't gonna give a damn. I'm like, Jake needed that. That's what you get for being an idiot. That's what you get for trusting your enemy. That's what you get. So we not gonna care, man. Cause we done put in so much work, we really getting fed up with 2/3 Jakes. We're fed up with them. We looking like, how about y'all go ahead and flush them out, like you said you was gonna do. So we with it. We with what the Lord is gonna do, man. He's telling it. So if you can get to this truth and it's resonating with you, count yourself blessed. Count yourself blessed and build on that. Because it's truly a blessing. Because every Jake can't get this. Every Jake can't get it. And your salvation depends on this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It depends on that. So, I almost went for an hour. I knew this was going to be a long one. I was cooking in the spirit on this one, Yashrala. So, with that, man, I hope this has been edifying. I hope all of you stand, in the spirit. Keep building up. It's almost game time. The dollar crashing. It is crashing. It's about done. And when that happens, all hell gonna break loose. This place is built on the dollar. When that dollar crash, man, you're gonna see everybody lose their minds. And the only ones that's gonna be cool is who? The men of the Lord. we gonna be cool because we want the dollar to crash. We tired of this system. So we just gonna transition into, what we supposed to be. That's how we gonna do it, man. So with that, hey, Kwam Yasha Allah, detailed Baba Bob, Shalom.